Hey guys, welcome back to the Fellow Gent. Today I'm going to do a video about how to join Freemasonry. As I mentioned to you in fellow videos, I have mentioned a fraternity. The fraternity that I belong to is the Blue Lodge Freemasonry, which is the basic lodge. I will not be speaking about Prince Hall Lodges. I do not know about Prince Hall Lodges as far as what they do or what they are. In the state of Texas, we do recognize each other, so we can go back and forth between the two of us. So that's something to keep in mind as I'm making this assessment. This is for Blue Lodge. This has nothing to do with Prince Halls. I don't know enough about it to give you an opinion one way or the other. First thing that I would do is, if you know somebody, ask. Freemasons will not say anything about what we do, our fraternity, anything, unless you ask us. It is extremely rare that we will mention it or say anything. Well, I mean, we won't even call it going to a lodge meeting or anything. We'll just call it fraternity. We'll use different words. We won't say it outright to somebody, more likely than not, from what I've seen, and more especially myself. I don't bring it up. I'm only doing this right now just to, if you're interested in it, this is a good way to get started, okay? The second thing, if you don't know somebody, figure out which jurisdiction that you're in. For example, if you're in Texas, the Grandlodgeoftexas is located in Waco, or Blue Lodge. Once again, this is Blue Lodge Freemasonry. You would contact the Grand Lodge of Texas and tell them, hey, I'm in this city. Do you have a contact here for this city? And more likely than not, there'll be a lodge in the area. They give you a contact number. You could call them, talk to them on the phone. When you talk to them on the phone, it could be a secretary, it could be the worship master, it could be the senior warden, it could be the junior warden, the senior deacon, junior deacon, it could be a whole host, whoever the phone number is. A lot of times it's the secretary. What I would do on that phone call is ask, when you're in stated meetings, what do you guys wear? Okay. Stated meeting is, a lot of the times at a stated meeting, my lodge is extremely busy. For example, we meet every week. Some lodges meet once a month, so that tells you how busy that lodge that I belong to. When I mean ask for a stated meeting is, a lot of the times they will be serving dinner. Our dinners are open to the public, at least in the state of Texas, in the jurisdiction that I am in, it is open to the public. Anyone can come have dinner. And that means that we're not as secretive as people think we are, because if it's open to the public and you come chat with us and talk to us, it's an easy, open invitation to get to know us, to see if it's for you, to get to ask questions and things of that nature before you decide to petition. And the dress code is, some lodges, they do not dress formally. Some lodges dress very casually. And the reason why I ask that is, we will not turn anyone away for dressing up or down as far as the casual formality scale, but depending on the lodge, some have a heritage of dressing in tuxedos, some have a heritage of dressing in overalls, and they just come off a tractor. And we don't consider that, at least I don't consider that one way or the other, but it's just to respect to the lodge and the men that are contained within it, and it will help you get a petition. As far as if you're looking to petition a lodge and you feel like you want to belong there. The third thing that I would recommend is have an open mind. Okay, you're going to go in, you're going to see a bunch of guys, more likely than not, at least where I'm at, because I belong to Alamo Lodge 44, which was founded inside the Alamo, which is held inside the Scottish Rite Cathedral downtown in San Antonio. You will sit with people from all different kinds of walks of life. You will sit with people that are extremely poor. You'll sit with people that are extremely rich. They all sit at the same table. They may have different political beliefs than you do. They may come from a different background. They may be a different race than you. They may, like, smorgasbord of people. And that's why I find it so easy to get along with people and chat to people, because of this reason. I've sat down with lots of people to have dinner, and people I've never seen again, I've seen once, but being able to talk and have that conversation, you know, you get a kind of feel, hey, this is good for you, meant for you. And more or less, it's not really an interview, it's to see if it's good for you, which leads me to my last point. Do not go into Freemasonry thinking that you're going to get money, fame, status, whatever out of it, because that's not true. Boy, let me tell you, that's not true. We can't even get people to show up for fundraisers, and I'm just poking fun. I'm not actually being too serious, but that kind of is here. We can't get guys to even show up for fundraisers, and in meetings we argue, sometimes even as silly as, hey, what meat are we going to cook at this fundraiser? So that actually is pretty much the kind of reality that we live in. So people that say we have all these unmarked credit cards and all this stuff, and they know more stuff than we do, and it's like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like, I didn't know that about what we do. I am a member here. I'm a part of this, so that's really interesting. I've seen lots of guys that believe really wild things, and it's really interesting to talk to them for dinner, but none of it's true. I would say this, as far as make sure that you keep that in mind, that it's to make you a better person. It's not to give you anything, because it's not going to give you anything. If you go into it looking for that, you're going to be strongly disappointed. I would just say that right off the top. Okay, and what happens is you'll ask for a petition in the state of Texas in the jurisdiction in which I belong to. You have to have 5 signatures on a petition. You fill the petition out, then an investigating committee is assigned to you. After the investigating committee is assigned to you, then they will come to your residence more likely than not, or a cafe or whatnot, and they'll ask you questions. They'll basically do an interview with you, ask you if it's for you. The people that signed your paper cannot interview you. That is not allowed, at least that I know of in the state of Texas. We do not allow that. Based upon what you write in the interview, if you lie in the interview, you don't, then we turn it in as a favorable or unfavorable. Then you're voted on to be elected for the degrees or not get the degrees based upon what you have. Prices can vary from different district to district. A lot of times, a lot of that money goes to the charities, such as the hospitals that we have for the Shriners hospitals, the Scottish Rite hospitals, things of that nature, or it goes to Washington, D.C. to fund some of the monuments. Much that's what happens. And after that, you become a member. As I mentioned before, it's something that you have to find for yourself. If you enjoy looking into this kind of information, I can help you. I can also put in the description the link to the Grand Lodge website and phone numbers. You can call them if you're within the state of Texas. If y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down below, and I'm sure the comments are going to get really spicy on this one, but if you're genuinely interested, please let me know. Like I said, this is not something to where you think you're going to get money, fame, status, or wealth. It has nothing to do with that, and any Mason will tell you that. Any Prince Hall guy will tell you that. That I know because I've had dinner with them and chatted with them, and that's something totally different. I cannot speak on that because I don't know enough about it to tell you one or the other. So that's pretty much all I have to say. If y'all have anything else, leave it down in the comments. And thank you for coming back to the Fellow Gent. Hopefully today is the day that I earned your subscription. And y'all have a nice day.